Nation, there's something that has been tickling my brain for so long. This is biology, especially Protista. Now, Protista can be described as mostly unicellular organisms that are eukaryotic, which means that they have a nuclear membrane. Now, Protista can also be described as the kingdom, where most other things do not fit. That is why it is called a miscellaneous kingdom. For more, we go to Mike White, who's on the scene.
Thank you, Saba, and I'm here to tell you about the 5 different phyla that come out of Protista. There's Comoveolata, which are many plant-like organisms. There's Excavata, which are unicellular eukaryotes that lack mitochondria. There's also Rhizaria, which are amoeboids. There's Protista, which are land plants and algae. And the last is Uniconta, which are single flagella or no flagella amoeboids that have 3-gene fusion.
Michael, will you join me back at the station, please?
Be there in a jiffy!
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Saba.
It is my understanding that you make movies about Protista?
Yes, and here's a clip from my first movie, Mike and the Giant Algae.
Oh! Algae!
That was very interesting. So, what are your other movies about?
I also made one called Mike and the Giant Kelp.
Ah! Kelp!
That was also very interesting, but it was kind of the same topic, don't you think? So what is your third movie that you made?
Mike and the Alien Seaweed.
Oh my god, alien seaweed!
A little different, but I'd say it's pretty much the same.
Well, they're all Protista, and many Protista are the same because they share characteristics where they lack characteristics in other kingdoms.
I see. That's very interesting. So Mike, tell us how protists are different from the rest of the kingdoms.
Well, as you stated earlier, Protista is more of a miscellaneous category, and if they can't fit into the other kingdoms, say Animalia or Plantae, then they're put in here. So it's really a mixture of all different things that don't match.
Okay. So Mike, how do algae, kelp, and seaweed fit into the Protista category?
Well, as you see, the algae, kelp, and the seaweed, when they were found, they were tried in the other kingdoms, but they really just didn't fit. So they all were just put here and put together.
So they just didn't share the characteristics that was required of them to be in the other kingdoms.
Exactly.
Thank you, Professor White, for stopping by.
Well, thanks for having me.
This has been a special news report on Protista. Have a good night.